Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. Thank you so much for once again joining me for tea time. Today we have a little bit of Misty Morning. You know I love that bergamot, really good stuff. Go check it out, Misty Morning. You can go over to darkmoonteas.com, check it out there, or you can go over to my website JCristina.com. So today we're going to be talking about Canon and their M series. Now, I saw some rumors that came out about a new M series that will be coming not too long from now. And I also watched a video from one of the other YouTubers out there that talk about cameras. And they were saying how they believe the M series was going to go away. And they were talking about it a little bit more on the negative side, testing it out and saying, you know, it's not a professional camera and they don't really think that it's going to be around for very much longer. And do you really want to invest in something that will not be around? So I want to get into some of the rumors of the brand new EOS M series that will be coming out. So it is not dead as of yet. But I want to start out by saying that yes, the EOS M series is not a professional camera. Now, that being said, we all know that, but what is it? It's basically a really good carry-around camera, all right? Something that you would use in replacement to like an iPhone, all right? Very small profile, lightweight. The lenses are extremely lightweight. They're not the fastest lenses out there. They're a bit slow. But it is what it is. It's a compact aps-c mirrorless camera. That's it. What makes it different is that it's the best damn aps-c mirrorless camera on the market, according to sales figures. It is the #1 selling aps-c mirrorless camera. Now, that being said, that means that Canon is going to continue making this cash cow in perpetuity. Wouldn't you think? Right? Think about it. Does it matter that it's not a professional camera? No. To be honest, professional cameras do not make camera manufacturers very much money. All right? A little bit. But the mainstream Costco box, let's call them, cameras are the ones that really crush it for the camera manufacturers. That's where all the money comes from. It comes not from the pro-ams. It doesn't come from the pros. It comes from the amateurs, the enthusiasts. That is the market that makes a lot of money. This is why I do think that the EOS M series will be around for some time. Okay? So, that being said, looking at the specs on the brand new unit that will be coming out. Now, we don't know if it's like a Mark 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. Do they want to do the Mark thing? Some people speculated that it might be like an EOS M7, whatever. You can call it anything that you want. The bottom line is it is aps-c and it's mirrorless. And like I said, it is the best currently on the market according to sales. Now, what is supposedly going to change is that the megapixels are now going to be 32 megapixels. Now, that's nice. A lot of people are still looking for something that has a lot of megapixels. Why? Because they want to be able to get in there, zoom in, do those crops. How many people actually take a photo on how they want it to be? Back in the film days, that's what we did. We would either zoom in with the lens or we would zoom in with our feet. That is our crop, and we would get the image how we want it at the time. Now it's just like just shooting like haphazardly, then going into your post-production software and then cropping in 50% to get the head just right. And then people don't understand that by so doing, you take a 24 megapixel camera and turn it into a 12 megapixel camera. Why? Because you cropped in 50%. But there's a lot of people that don't understand that. They don't get it. And they think that, oh, they're shooting with a high megapixel camera, so it should be fine. But yeah, when you crop in, you're losing megapixels. You're binning them. You're chucking them. All right, so don't do that. All right, little helpful tip. All right, zoom in with your feet, zoom in with your lens, but get the shot right in the camera so you don't have to crop after the fact and lose pixels. Now, This unit is supposed to also have Ibis. I'm not a fan of Ibis, but a lot of people are, and it will have it. So in-body image stabilization will be there. I think a lot of it looks like trash, you know, it's like jello. The person looks fine, and then everything behind them is doing this kind of thing, and you're like gonna puke, all right? You're on like a bad cruise through a Cat 5 hurricane. So not really a fan of it, but this will have it. Also, it's going to have Dpaf, which is dual pixel AF, which is still probably the best autofocus on the market, all right? So dual pixel AF will be in there, but it's going to be the Mark II, the latest and greatest, which is great, which you expect because it is now in some of the other cameras. Also, it's supposed to have one of the latest Digix X processors, which is good. So this way it'll be able to handle a lot more processing, whereas some of the older versions, they just had a hard time. And I think that's one of the reasons why they really hit it with the cripple sword all the time. Why did they do that? Because the processors weren't that great into some of these cameras. They almost have to cripple them. If not, it's going to overheat. They're just not going to be able to do it, and definitely not do it at the frame rate people are looking for. Well, this one I think is going to be able to do it, and I'll get into that in just a second. Also, EVF. The EVF is supposed to be a better EVF in this system, which is great because the EVF is that augmented reality. The EVF is the equivalent of the old OVF, right? But it is augmented reality. You look through the EVF, and what you see is what you get. And that's what everyone wants today. Instead of chimping on the back, you just look through the viewfinder, and exactly how you set your camera is exactly what you see. And when you pull the trigger, that is exactly what you get. So for the most part, this is what people want. But in the past, the EVFs just have been pretty much crap. You had a lot of blackout. The quality wasn't that great. The resolution wasn't that great. A lot of pixelization, and then also you had slow frame rates. So you can see them, it just wasn't good. Now we're seeing EVFs that are going up to 8, 9 million dots with like 0 blackout and like 120 frames per second. I mean, this is really, really good. And this is what we were looking for when it comes to these mirrorless cameras. Really good electronic viewfinders, and that is what we're getting now. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. It's there. Now, another thing is dual card slots. A lot of people are looking for dual card slots, and this has been one of those things that even amateurs have heard that rhetoric that we have to have dual card slots. Now, for a professional, I think, yes, we need to have dual card slots. This is not a professional camera. So does it need dual card slots? Not really, but supposedly they're going to put it in there. To me, I think it's a waste of space, a waste of weight, a waste of size. That's just my opinion, okay, for a camera that is made for amateurs, okay? But if they want to put a dual card slot system in it and do it efficiently, then so be it. And that's what they're saying that is going to happen. Now, frame rate. Now, the frame rate on this is going to be right around 12 FPS. Now that isn't too bad. I like to see anywhere from 10 to 20, maybe 15 to 20 FPS today in 2020. Some manufacturers are giving us like 4.5, 5 frames per second, 6 frames per second. I don't know what they're thinking. It's just ridiculous, but we talked about that in one of the last videos. We're not going to go and grind into that at all, rub salt into the wound. So 12 FPS is good. It's definitely good enough for what this camera is. Also, what they're saying is that it will have a full sensor readout when it comes to 4K, and the 4K was going to be 60p. Now that is fantastic, okay, because that was one of the reasons why a lot of people said, I don't like the M series because they crippled the camera, whereas when you go into 4K, you have this horrendous crop. It's just a lot of stuff that wasn't fantastic. You had a problem with dual pixel AF and yada, yada, yada. But this is supposed to go all away. Now, like I said, full sensor recording. That is full aps-c sensor recording at 4K with 60p. That is great. That is really great. Also, 120 frames per second at 1080p. slow-mo. People are looking for that also. And then finally, C-Log. So you will have Canon's C-Log, which is good. Now, how well it works, that's another story. You know, these cameras, like I said, when you're dealing with log, you're trying to look for a means of doing post-production work on the coloring, to be able to color grade your video after the fact. So you use a log. Amateurs aren't doing it. So who gives a crap if it has log? That's my opinion. But maybe some pros might use it for maybe some B cam, call it C cam. I don't know. But if that's the case, having C-Log is something that is worthwhile. Now, like I said, we don't know what it's going to be called. Who knows? It might be a Mark 10, whatever they want to call it, whatever that nomenclature will be. It doesn't matter. But the bottom line is it's coming. All right. And I think that they will continue coming for a while. Because, like I said from the beginning, there is no reason for Canon to stop making this camera. Why would you do it? What would be the benefit for Canon to stop making this camera? Okay, you have your RF glass, you have your EF glass, you have your M glass here for your M series, and the M series just makes them so much money. What would be the purpose? Yes, of course, Canon would love everyone to go to their new EF line of lenses and then slowly get rid of everything else and just bring them into that one ecosystem. But it's just not going to happen anytime soon, at least. All right, so we're going to have EF lenses for at least another probably 5-10 years, at least. And we're also going to have more and more RF lenses, which is fantastic. Their lenses are great. They're a little bit heavy. They're extremely fast. They are quality professional glass, which I'm glad that they're doing. Conversely, the M series glass is not professional. Okay, it's never said to be. If anyone thinks that it is, you're sadly mistaken. It's not. It's plastic lenses. Some of them are metal, but let's just say they are lower quality, slower lenses. Many of them do have variable f-stops, so you don't have that consistency. For me, I wouldn't buy lenses like that. I personally buy only lenses that are, let's say, a f2.8 or maybe a 1.8 or a 1.4 or 1.2 or whatever, so that there's consistency. I don't want to see that change just by zooming in and out. That's not my thing. Anytime that you can take variables out of the mix, you're going to be able to take better shots, because you'll be able to take a shot without having to think about what the camera is thinking. We don't want the camera to think. That's why I'm always been a proponent of manual. A lot of people like to shoot aperture priority. A lot of amateurs will shoot P for professional. I'm joking there. And what happens is you are at the mercy of the camera and what the camera is seeing and what the camera thinks the scene is all about in comparison to you just setting it the way you want it, right? And that's what happens with the variable lenses. You zoom in or you zoom out and now it's changing. You don't want that. Anyways, guys, so this is the, let's call it M7, M whatever, Mark 15, whatever we want to call it. It is going to be a new M series that will be coming out. And to come full circle, like I said, the M series is going nowhere. It is a cash cow for Canon, and I think it will continue to be that going forward, because I don't see another manufacturer coming out with a similar camera that is better than what we see with the KISS overseas or the M50 that we have right now for amateurs at that price range. Okay, I don't see it. I don't see one coming down the pipe, so we'll see what ends up happening. But I think you're going to be pretty safe to pick up an M series today, because tomorrow and the next day you will have lenses to pick up. There's not a lot of them that are available, but what are for amateurs are definitely good enough for the most part. Now, there are third-party manufacturer lenses that are better that you can pick up, and that's something that you guys can research and see what works the best for you. So I wanted to hear from you. What do you think about the Canon EOS M series? Is it something that you like? Is it something that you would never use? Is there something that I've said that you do not agree with and you think that I have it wrong? If there's something that I said that you think I got right, let's have this discussion in the comment area below this video. Also, once we're done with discussing in the YouTube ecosphere, head over to community.JCristina.com. Once again, it's community.JCristina.com. It's a Discord server that I created for you and me to just hang out. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of photographers and videographers worldwide there having conversations all day, every day, and I frequent it often so we can have these conversations. If you have anything you want to ask me, you can, but also the community. The community over there is unbelievable. Really, really smart people. Also, if you haven't downloaded my ebook, it's free. Go check it out over at JCristina.com/ebook. 10 tips at making tack sharp images. That book has been around for a couple of years and downloaded hundreds of thousands of times now. Check it out. It is really awesome. There's something in there for everyone. If you're an amateur, if you're a professional, go grab it. Once again, it's free. JCristina.com/ebook. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, please like, subscribe, tell a friend. You have to share it, right? Share it. That's the only way we can build this channel. Please share it. And don't forget to turn on this little button over here. Click it right here, this bell. This way, when I do come out with a new video, or if I go live, you will be automatically notified of it, and then you can join us and have these conversations live. I'm going to start doing a little bit more live stuff, so check it out, and don't forget to click that bell. And finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools that I've invented for you and me over the years, and hopefully there's something there that you might like. And if there is, please pick it up and support me and my family. That's it, guys. I'm out of here for yet another vlog. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe and stay healthy. Take care, guys.